Paper umbrellas originated in China and eventually spread throughout Asia. Initially, their purpose was solely practical, to protect against rain and to provide shade from the scorching sun. But before long, they took on symbolic significance and were incorporated into many ceremonies and rituals. They're called oil paper umbrellas because the paper is coated with oil, or, like these, with oil paint, making the umbrella waterproof. At this workshop in northern Thailand, they cut a bamboo log to the length of the umbrella's radius, then shave off the bark. They split the log into strips of equal thickness, then group these ribs, as they're called, into bundles of 28. Each bundle will become the frame of one umbrella. Next, they thin out the bottom half of each rib and cut a slit in the top half. Then, using a traditional drill, they bore tiny holes at specific points. Taking one bundle at a time, they string the ribs together through the uppermost hole and insert them in the slots of a hand-carved wooden hub. Then they tighten and tie off the string to retain the ribs in position and provide a pivot on which the ribs can move up and down. Next, they attach the scaffold, a smaller hub with shorter ribs strung on it. They insert a scaffold rib into the slit of each frame rib, then attach them by threading a string through the aligned holes. The result? Raising and lowering the scaffold moves its ribs along the slit, pushing the frame ribs up to open the umbrella or pulling them down to close it. With the umbrella open now, they thread more string through holes in the frame ribs and loop it into a spiderweb type pattern. This produces a sturdy base to support the umbrella's paper skin. After mounting the frame on a wood and bamboo umbrella handle, they wrap 2 lines of string along the frame perimeter. This will support the paper skin at the edge of the umbrella. They make the paper from the bark of the native sa tree. The first step is to soften the bark by soaking it in water for about 12 hours, then boiling it for another 3 or 4. Next, they mash it with wooden mallets for about an hour, turning it into pulp. They bleach the pulp and wash it again to remove the bleach. Only then is the pulp ready to become paper. They dump the pulp in a large basin of water and stir so that it floats in suspension while they move a plastic screen through the water, catching enough floating pulp to coat the screen in a thin layer. They lay the screen out in the sun for 3 to 4 hours until the layer of pulp dries into a thin, fragile sheet of paper. They cut the sheets to the shapes required, then saturate each piece with glue made from cassava, a tropical root vegetable. After applying a circular piece around the hub, they glue pie-shaped pieces onto the rest of the frame. Once they cover the entire frame, they repeat the process to add a second layer. They fold all the pie-shaped pieces over the end to thicken and thereby reinforce the edge of the umbrella. After about 4 hours out in the sun, the glue dries, bonding the now stiff and strengthened paper securely to the frame. They apply 3 coats of oil paint, allowing 4 hours of drying time between coats. This is a key step because, aside from providing the background color, the oil paint waterproofs the paper. Next, they varnish the handle to make it moisture resistant. And now for the grand finale. An artist paints a design in vibrant, waterproof oils. The themes are traditional: flowers, animals, landscapes, people. No stencils to trace or patterns to follow. The artist works entirely freehand, the result being that no 2 umbrellas are ever exactly alike. Each oil paper umbrella is a portable work of art, pretty yet practical, rain or shine.